North Korea just sent a desperate letter, pretty much to the world, to all Western governments who are willing to listen. So this is from The Independent. North Korea has sent an unprecedented open letter to the West, urging sharp vigilance against the heinous and reckless administration of Donald Trump. It also announces the emergence of North Korea as a fully fledged nuclear power. It is believed the letter, written by the Foreign Affairs Committee, was sent to a number of Western countries covertly, but its existence has been made public by Australian Foreign Minister Julie Bishop, who received it after it was passed to Australia's Indonesian embassy by the North Korean consulate in Jakarta, according to the Sydney Morning Herald. The author of the message and the way it was delivered is said to be unusual. North Korean communiques, I don't think I've ever seen that word before, to the West are usually published through state news. The state news agency KCNA, addressed to the parliaments of different countries. It condemned Mr. Trump's rhetoric at the UN, in which he promised the U.S. could totally destroy North Korea, also known as DPRK. If Trump thinks that he would bring the DPRK and nuclear power to its knees through nuclear war threat, it will be a big miscalculation and an expression of ignorance, said the letter. It continued, the DPRK has emerged a fully fledged nuclear power, which has a strong nuclear arsenal and various kinds of nuclear delivery means made by dint of self-reliance and self-development. The real foe of nuclear force is nuclear war itself. The Foreign Affairs Committee takes this opportunity to express belief that the parliaments of different countries, loving independence, peace, and justice, will fully discharge their due mission and duty in realizing the desire of mankind for international justice and peace, with sharp vigilance against the heinous and reckless moves of the Trump administration trying to drive the world into a horrible nuclear disaster. Miss Bishop told the Herald, this is the first letter that we can find that any Australian foreign minister has received from North Korea. It's an open letter. This is not how they usually send messages around the world. I read this as showing the collective strategy of allies and partners to impose maximum pressure and diplomatic and economic sanctions on North Korea is working. She added, the minister said the letter was a desperate attempt to divide the international community and showed North Korea was feeling isolated. Okay, no, what this letter is a country that feels like it is about to be attacked any minute offensively by the United States, and they're begging the international community to do something, anything, to potentially stop that. That's what this letter is. This is North Korea going, hey, bro, everybody, all the Western governments, all the governments that are really close allies with the United States. Look, man, I'm just saying, hey, we're a fully fledged nuclear power. We're a fully fledged nuclear power. So I'm just saying, if anybody were to attack us, we got nukes. We got nukes, dog. We're not afraid to use them. But hey, just real quick, I just want to let you know that they're being really, they're acting in a very heinous way, this heinous administration, and they're trying to attack, and I just want to let everybody know that it's a good idea for us to stop that. I mean, the foe of nuclear war is nuclear war itself. And there were a few times in the letter, North Korea referenced peace. They referenced peace. They said, hey, if we want justice and peace, I'm just saying, I hope all of you world governments act accordingly if something were to go down. In other words, he's saying, this is a desperate attempt where he's saying, call your boy, Trump, and talk to him, and try to tell him to not do what we think he's about to do. They're scared shitless, man. They are scared shitless, North Korea is. So this is a fucking Hail Mary pass is what this is. I've been warning you guys every step of the way that we are closer to nuclear war with North Korea, not nuclear war, excuse me, but we're closer to war with North Korea than perhaps ever before. Donald Trump, apparently top administration officials, as we reported yesterday, they're whispering to their buddies, hey, if you have any assets in South Korea, get them out. Get them out. Because things are different this time. They say usually people in the administration and in the deep state would say, calm down, it's okay. The situation with North Korea will resolve itself. Now they're saying this is different. Get your shit out of South Korea if you got assets in South Korea. So, look, you can't help but think that North Korea's gotten wind of a lot of this stuff and all the bombastic, chest-puffing rhetoric from the Trump administration. They're now going, oh, fuck. And by the way, for people who would say, like, Australia was like, oh, this shows that what we're doing is working. What the fuck are you talking about? It's working. They're not, to the extent that they have nukes, they're not going to give them up. Why? Look at what happened with Gaddafi in Libya. He gave up his nuclear weapons, and then the U.S. fucking toppled him anyway. So there's zero incentive for him to give up a nuclear weapon, if he indeed has them, because if he does give up nuclear weapons, if he gives up any of his weapons, well, then he's a sitting duck and the U.S. is going to go topple him. So, this is bad, dude. I keep telling you, we're super close to war. We really are. Kim Jong-un feels like any minute now the U.S. can attack me. So now I'm going to send my desperate letter to other world governments. But I got bad news for you, Kim. They can't fucking control Donald Trump. The heads of foreign states, they can't control him. They can't control him. The only people that control him are his own fucking impulses and the deep state. Deep state neocons. And by the way, it is comically easy to persuade this jackass. Trump was over and over, he would say, oh, we got to get out of Afghanistan, got to get out of Afghanistan, got to get out of Afghanistan. It was littered on his Twitter feed, for years, screaming at the Obama administration to get out. As soon as he got in office, oh, we're going to extend Afghanistan and we're going to increase troop levels. Why? Well, reports are that all it took was some jackasses in the deep state showing Trump pictures of girls in Afghanistan dressed in Western clothing. And he goes, oh, freedom, democracy, tremendous, we're going to bring it. All right, let's increase troop levels. That's all it took. So, and look, neocons in the deep state have always wanted a regime change in North Korea, and now they have a president who might actually follow through. But so many people would die in the process. I know you guys are tired of hearing me talk about this, but the alarms should be sounded because this is as bad as it gets, and we are right on the brink.